Hopscotch Child Therapy. And so before I move forward, I just wanted to ask one question to all of y'all. When was the last time, in anger, you banged the door? I would like that answer to come in comments. When was the last time, in anger, you banged the door? Or when was the last time you got angry? So please write down in your comments and we'll get back to that question soon. Okay. Okay, so today's workshop is on tools to manage meltdowns and temper tantrums. Okay, so this is something we all want. We get really irritated by our kids getting so angry, crying suddenly. They want things to happen right away, but this is something they are doing during their growing up years. They say that when a child grows up, they have this thing to have the independence in them. But do y'all know that even adults have this? Yes, adults do have it. And as we move forward, we will come to know how the adults also affect the child in their meltdowns and temper tantrums. So, temper tantrums and meltdown is not only for the common public. If you have seen lately, Kate, Duchess, that is Kate, she also mentioned that she goes through a lot of temper tantrums of her children, especially her youngest child. Okay, so every child has temper tantrums, but at the same time, we should know to manage it. So, here we are going to give you some suggestions, not only for your kids, but also for yourselves. This is a little bit about me. I'll just keep it for 2 minutes so that you all can read and then I will move forward. So, the goals of this workshop is to help you understand your child's emotion and equip you with tools to manage temper tantrums. Most of the time, we just don't know what is the reason for our temper tantrums of the child. Most of the time, we also don't know why are we having temper tantrums. Do we know that we have what is the reason for our temper tantrums? So we don't know about ourselves. Obviously, a child who is like 2 years old, 3 years old, new to the world, and we are, in our 20s and 30s, we don't know more things about us. So obviously, that 2-year-old child, how much they know about themselves because of some underlying problems, we are going through that. But the thing is, we just don't understand at that point of time. Think about it. If you were in that place, what were your thoughts at that point of time when your parents are not listening to you? When you want to say something but you don't know how to express it? When you have the stomach colic going on and you're not able to tell that what is happening in your stomach? What will you do at that time? When parents are telling you to do homework, but there's something happening inside you, you cannot do it. Have you thought about putting yourself in that child's shoe and feeling what that child feels? It is an important thing to think about. Who are toddlers and preschoolers? Toddlers are 2 years to 4 years, and preschoolers are 3 years to 5 years. So once the child has, seen different things around it, they want independence from their parents. They don't want their parents to be telling them, do this, do that, complete this, wear this, wear that, don't touch that, don't play like this. There are so many guidelines, but they want to explore. Toddlers and preschoolers are always so excited to know about different things. But when these guidelines and forcing and all these things come, there is a chaos. They want to be independent, but at the same time, there are strings attached and they are pulled. And when it is pulled too much, they want to break free from it. So that is the time the temper tantrums erupt, and that is the time the meltdowns come. Why there are meltdowns? Anger, they want to express, stubborn, and impulsive. Anger, the most important part of all our lives. We get angry at small, small things. And sometimes, yes, big things also. But if you notice, you get more angry on tiny stuff when you are having a lot of things going on, you're stressed up, and one tiny thing comes up, you you will remove all your anger on that person. So the same thing happens with kids. Express, they want to express, but they don't know the right way to express. So what is the another way to do that? Through temper tantrums, meltdowns. They are telling you, please understand us. We want to say so many things. We cannot say. We are not big like you. But everybody says, behave in this way, do it in this way. You are not supposed to do that. We have all guidelines, no, like in culture, in a cultural get up, we have this thing that girls should behave in a such a way, boys should be in a such a way. There is so many society restrictions, but they want to express. And if a boy cries, now also I have heard people saying that you're not a girl, don't cry. Why can't they express? Stubborn. Why do kids become stubborn? What is the reason? The thing is that we have always said yes to the child as the child is growing up. And suddenly you say no, obviously, that child will wonder what's wrong with you. Imagine if I tell you yes for everything, and suddenly one day I say no. Wouldn't you get angry at me? Wouldn't you start crying? Wouldn't you start, making an issue out of it? Impulsive. Impulsive is the kid wants it now, now, now. They don't have that time to think whether it is right or wrong. They're just impulsive. They don't know whether what is right and wrong for them. They are kids. And that is the time the thing happens that we start giving them, sermons and preaching on how to be a good and bad kid, punishing them. That's not a solution. Punishing means the kid is feeling that he or she as a person is wrong. We need to tell them the behavior needs to be rectified, not by punishing the person. Meltdowns. Another name for it is tantrums. Tantrums are normal, Okay, so these, as you see, we all have tantrums. We all, okay? At some point of time, we have thrown tantrums. We still do. As kids start to feel independent, so they want to feel independent. Those growing up 1 year, they have learned so much from the environment. They want to explore, but so much has been told to them that you need to be in a certain way. You need to listen to me. These are right and wrong. They are not given a chance to explore. But when tantrums go out of control, then that's a cause of concern. If we do not correct the behavior and we are going to punish, that is going to erupt every now and then. We need to control the tantrums. The tantrums, if not controlled, and if you're going to give punishment to the child will become rebellious. The child will have a lot of bottled up anger against the person who is punishing him or her. You need to use this tantrums, you need to bring it out in a productive, constructive way. These tantrums can become troublesome for parents. It can come out anywhere. I have seen children throwing tantrums in malls, theaters, at a party, at home in front of guests, and the parents are helpless. They don't know what to do at that point of time. Because we, as adults, when we get angry and want to throw tantrum, we do it only at home. We are conditioned. But kids are not like that. They get conditioned as they grow up, but they know that certain things we need to say it anyway. They don't care. They want people to understand them. They want people to validate their emotions. But do we really validate our emotions? Or do we really validate their emotions? If someone is sad or if someone is upset, what is the thing we say? Oh, that's normal. Go, everything will be fine. How many times we as kids have been sad or been upset and someone has come and told, that's normal, everything will be fine, let it be. That may be normal, but it's not normal to me. I am upset because of something. I am sad because of something. I need to calm myself down. What is the solution? Why is that ignorance there? Why that avoidance is there? Why not give a solution? Root causes. So, most of the parents, like I have dealt with kids from 3 to teens, 18 years old. So, most of the parents say, what is the root cause? I mean, why are they throwing temper tantrums? So, one of it is stressed. Now, today's children are going to school quite early. They're seeing other kids having nice things, new things, and they want that same new thing for themselves. And suddenly, where at home you have given him so many things or given her so many things, when the child says, I want that particular tiffin box, and you say no, the child is stressed. Why is she saying no? Or why is he saying no? What's wrong? Always you have given me. They don't understand that already they have a new tiffin box. But they want the other tiffin box because they find it fascinating. A no is given as an answer and no explanation. Modeling. I asked you all questions, right? Which were, when was the last time you all slammed the door? or got angry. And if you have done that in front of the kid, you are modeling that behavior in front of the kid. Think about it. I have got many cases where the child himself told, "Why are you telling me to change my behavior when my mom shouts at home regularly to adults?" And those adults, because she shouts, get scared of her and listen to her. So why can't I do the same and people listen to me? People get scared when you shout, when you bang doors. That shows fear, and the child easily understands that. You are a role model to your child. Not only that, the cartoons you show to your child. There are certain cartoons which the child loves a lot. They try to behave like that. And many of times I have seen nowadays kids, they relate to the cartoon so much that they behave like those cartoons. And as per psychology, it is shown that when you show children aggressive cartoons and non aggressive cartoons, it is found that those children who are shown aggressive cartoons have more temper tantrums compared to those who have been shown non aggressive cartoons. So, are the cartoons your children watching aggressive? Reinforcement. So, there are two types of reinforcement which happens. One thing is you're watching a cartoon with your children, and where Jerry tries to irritate Tom in Tom and Jerry. They both are beating each other. And what the child sees? The adults are laughing, enjoying. You're reinforcing, you're giving validation for that aggression. You are not telling the child or not discussing with the child that, see, this behavior is wrong. I read an article of a celebrity. She was watching a anime with her kid, and she was explaining to the child that which behavior is right in this cartoon and which behavior is wrong in this cartoon. So well done. Through cartoons, you can tell your child that which behavior is good and which behavior is wrong. Tom and Jerry has been there with us since many years. We all enjoy it. And kids are watching. Kids observe everything. Whatever you are doing, kids are observing. They are watching over you. Next reinforcement that your many people do, and it has happened in our lives when we are also growing up, that is, you say no the first time and the child cries, and you say yes and you give the thing. So the child knows your no is a yes. I have seen in malls where the child says, "I want this toy." The mother says no. Again, the child says, "I want this toy." The mother says no. After 10 minutes, the child is on the floor crying and making a noise. The parent says, "Okay, we will take the toy." So the child knows what is your reaction. After two no's, the third one is yes. So I'll get it my way. Reinforcement, you're rewarding the temper tantrum. So you are telling these things are okay. Lack of attention. Many children, what they want is not materialistic things. They want to spend time with you. In the weekend, they feel, let's play, sorry, let's enjoy. But parents are busy with their work, social media. Where is the time for the kid? When you're playing with the kid, also, I have seen parents, they have kept their mobile at the side, they're answering to social media comments. Children want eye to eye contact, they want that touch. You need to detox yourself from social media when you are with kids. You are modeling that behavior, so the kid also will do the same growing up. I said, right, whatever you do, everything is being watched. Signs of temper tantrums: crying, throwing, yelling, hitting, banging head, kicking, holding breath, pushing, sleeping on the floor, run around, vomit, back answers. So there are things which we do that they see, there are things that they see from others too. I don't blame the parents all the time. No, they children have role models in cartoons, in their friends, in their favorite uncles, aunties, in their friends in the school, or in their friends in the neighborhood. And they see that when this happens, everybody follows. Then why not I do the same? How parents feel: they feel helpless when temper tantrums and meltdowns occur, irritated, spank them, lock the kid, shame the kid, fight with the spouse. Helpless because you don't know how to handle the situation at that point of time. Anybody would find it helpless because temper tantrums at different times is of different, type. Irritated because you are gone into the mall, you are buying things, and there is a nagging. I want to buy this. 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 It's irritating. Plus, you have so much work to go home and do, and here someone is going on nagging, 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 nagging. Spank them. Obviously, you are frustrated, you are stressed, so your reaction becomes you start hitting. Again, that's indirect aggression. Lock the kid. It has happened. One of the parents who had come for counseling said that his child didn't listen to him, and she was, you know, continuously telling one word every now and then, that she wants that, she wants that, she wants that. So he put her in the washroom and locked her. That's even more scary. You're putting fear in that child's mind. Shame the kid. I have seen parents where they shout at the kid in front of so many people. You don't have to shout at the kid in front of so many people. In front of so many people, also, you can talk in a nice way. And I would be telling you how. Fight with the spouse. The child is throwing temper tantrums, and one spouse is telling the other, this is what you have thought, this is wrong, that is not right. And the child is learning all these things also, is seeing all these things. Changes parents have to do during the tantrums. Stay calm. I would suggest count numbers 100 to backwards. Or the difficult one is from Z to A. That's difficult. Respond, don't react. Ask them, what is it? Or you can go down to their level. Actually, what happens is we are taller than them and they are short. So we ask from our height what's happening. So the child feels, there's no connection, there's no proper eye to eye connection. Bend down, go on your knees, go to their height, look eye to eye, ask in a very calm way, what happened? Is it something that is bothering you? Tell me, we can solve it. The child is screaming, but you are talking so calm. After some time, the volume decreases. You can tell you're screaming, I can't hear you. Can you tell me slowly? Can you lower your volume? Can you do that? Validate their emotion. Tell them, okay, you are upset and it's very important for you. I can understand. Let's give a timeout for some time and then we will talk about it. Let them express. In fact, there are times when we don't give proper attention. They want to express, they want somebody to listen to their problem. Nobody is there. So tell them, express what you want to tell properly. I am there to hear you. Reminder, don't give them the phone. There are parents who have come to me and said that, when temper tantrums go on, we give the phone to the child, so the child gets distracted and the temper tantrums goes away. That's not a solution. Phone is not a solution. Cut down on aggressive cartoons. Give choices. Sorry, cut down on aggressive cartoons. Reinforce positive behavior. So when they don't have a temper tantrum, say, wow, I like this behavior of yours. You're very helpful. You're sitting so quietly. You're doing your work. That's so nice. Reinforcement always is not gifts. Reinforcement can also be hugs, can also be smile, can also give thumbs ups. Give choices. You don't tell them what to wear. Keep two, three clothes out. Tell them why these three clothes are out. Tell them to choose. Give them the opportunity to be independent for at least choosing their clothes, for choosing the things what is meant for them. Give them that. Distract them. Children's span of attention for temper tantrums is short when they want something. If they say, I want this toy, say, oh, there is one better toy at home which I have kept and which nobody has, but you will only have. So, don't you want to play with that? This is a common toy, everybody has it. Then you can show off with your friends that you have the best toy with you. After the tantrum, sit with them. Sometimes just no talking and just sitting is very, very important, very, very therapeutic. Give them water because they have been crying, they have been screaming, shouting. They need to calm down. Play instrumental music like any nature sound, such as waterfall, raindrops, or just plain piano music. It works a lot. Give them play doh. Play doh is very healthy and no chemicals, so they can remove all their anger, or you can tell them to make things out of it. Make their temper tantrums come out in that creativity. Storytelling, you could make up a story that someone who was angry, who had meltdown, what happened after the tantrum goes. Obviously they have calmed down. That time you can tell them stories, tell them what happened because of this temper tantrum and what did they learn from this story. It does help. Children love to hear stories, and through stories they learn a lot. So what are the activities that you can do with children? First one is the calming down corner. So you can have a small place in your house where you come to know, or where you tell the child when you're angry, when you feel irritated, go to that place, and in that place nobody will come. Keep pillows there, soft toys, play doh, keep all those things over there. And do it as a routine, and you will see after some time your child will by itself go and sit in that corner and calm down, and then will come back to their normal playing or whatever. But they will learn that. Initially you need to be there with them to teach them. Once they learn it, they will do it by themselves. Second one is visual my tantrums. Draw self while in tantrum. So you tell them, draw something representing yourself, and tell them to color it how their tantrum is looking, how their anger is looking. When you visualize your anger, you come to know that how bad it is, how bad this temper tantrum is, how bad this meltdown looks, how I am looking to others. Activity 3, dart my tantrums. So get a dart board and keep it in a place, maybe in the child's room or somewhere, and tell whenever you're getting angry, whenever you're getting stressed, take the dart and throw it on the dart board. Remove your anger, remove your tantrum out. When we do that, we feel the release of the emotion. Activity 4, tear me out. Keep used paper close by and teach in tantrums to make balls or tear it. So when there is sensory activity of making a ball and throwing it, the child feels that his tantrums are removed out, that he feels calmed down or she feels calmed down. And I would suggest also activities for y'all. I hope you all have your paper and pen. So I would say that, when these tantrums happen, you are overwhelmed and you are, very angry. You don't know what to do at that point of time. But you need to find out why you are angry. So I would suggest in the paper right now, write a list of all the anger, what things can bring anger in you. Okay. Write randomly on one side, and in the other side, you make a mountain. Okay. And after that, what do you do is you wrote your anger list, number it according to which is the, like, 1 brings highest anger to 10 which brings the lowest anger in you. And after that, arrange it in this mountain from down, low anger, to up to the highest level of your anger. And you will realize that the smallest thing that brings you anger, maybe number 10, is the one that starts your anger and piles up into a full blown anger. Do try this activity. It's very helpful, and you come to know more about yourself. Plus, you will be able to handle your stress and anger at that point of time when your child is having temper tantrums and meltdowns. The second thing I would say, that when you're irritated by the temper tantrums and meltdowns of the child, instead of getting angry that what is happening, or getting upset, just imagine a person, okay, in your mind, with two different shoes, big ears, a big red nose, different colors on the cheeks, multicolor dress. What would be your reaction at that point of time? That calms you down, because that represents Joker, that represents a clown. So imagine your anger is that at that point of time, and that will calm you down. And most important thing, I would say that when these temper tantrums come for parents, do your breathing exercise. When you breathe in all the positivity, breathe in that I am doing my best. I have handled this situation before. I'll handle it now too. And breathe out all the negativity, all the myths, all the perfection that you have to do, all the irritation. Do that 4 to 5 times, and it will help. So these activities are for parents. I showed the other activities for the children. It's important that parents also need to know this, because put yourself into that child situation and see your reaction. You also in that child situation will react in the same way. Moving forward, I'm sharing my PPT. So, when the temper tantrums become too much and you're not able to handle it through these tips, and at that time, professional help is needed, because psychologists are equipped in doing this. So at Hopscotch, some a little bit about us. Hopscotch Child Therapy is a child and family guidance teleclinic founded in 2021 with a mission to improve the standard and accessibility of early intervention and mental health care services for children and families. We constantly strive to provide high quality, effective, evidence based mental health and therapeutic services. Our services are child and teen counseling, speech and language therapy, early childhood special education, behavior management, occupational therapy, and parent counseling. We have a clinic in Kolkata, and online consultation is accessible to everyone. So, this is how online consultation with a therapist works. That's create an account, choose your therapist, and begin therapy. And you can also contact us on this phone number, email, or website.
Dr. Pritika, you can just look at the chat box and answer the questions.
Yeah, sure. I'm here particularly to know how to manage the explosive nature of my 11-year-old daughter who suffers from ADHD. So basically, children of ADHD, they have certain qualities. They are creative. They think in a different way. They understand certain things in a different way. ADHDs are actually very good in their IQ. Okay, and the point is that the circumstances or the other children have a different type of learning material or playing or understanding something. So we need to bring out the positive things. She is having explosive nature because nobody is understanding, she or he daughter she nobody is understanding the situation. Nobody is making her tell her positive things, and that is what has the ADHD and also the explosive nature. It's a way of expression. She is wanting to express, but she doesn't know the right way to express, and because of that she is having this explosive nature. ADHD children need sensory motor activities to calm them down, such as play doh or drawing or a different way of studying. They need to play also because they have a lot of energy in them. They need to play. Their food habits have to be seen. They need to have proper food habits. Temper tantrums, explosive behavior also are related to the food we eat. The junk foods have to be reduced. Home cooked food, no sweets. You have to cut down on sweets. All these things matter, and that is important. There are kids I have seen who have ADHD and temper tantrums and have been in school and have shaken up the grill so hard that the grill started shaking. All the kids were so scared about it. But when we noticed on the food habits or when how he expresses himself, how the parents respond, that was the underlying cause for all this. Always that child had sweets in the in the tiffin. Always the grandparents would give him anything what he wants. And when the parents don't give, so it is a conflict, that who to listen. One person is giving, the other person is not giving. And that is why this explosive behavior arises. They are confused which behavior is right, what to do. How to stop sibling fighting. One is 8.6 and another one is 2.6. So, in a sibling fight, you don't have to take sides. I have seen, children saying that, parents always say, you are the eldest, understand. The child is small, you are the eldest. And that eldest is 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. The child literally tells me, so what if I am eldest? I am still a child. Why do I always have to understand? Am I not a kid? And sibling fighting or sibling rivalry happens because somewhere the eldest child feels that more attention is given to the younger child, or the younger child feels more attention is given to the elder child. We don't do it intentionally, but it happens. In fact, I would suggest give responsibility to the eldest child and see that he or she does that responsibility of the other sibling, and tell them that if you do it well, make a chart, or appreciate them, appreciate it in front of everybody, that, oh, you're done such a good work. You can also appreciate that if he looks after and does the responsibility given of his brother or sister, then on a weekend we will make your favorite dish. And regularly appreciate. And when they are fighting, don't take sides, because I have seen siblings who are big also, who are now in their 20s. I have seen that, like the eldest always says, my parents favorite is the youngest. I am nothing, I am just, the eldest, that's it. You need to keep them, you need to make them understand that they are equal. And you need to tell the eldest child, I'm giving you responsibility because we trust you more compared to the younger, because the younger one will look at you as a role model. I want you to be the best. Give them those guidelines, give them those responsibilities. An ADHD child who was not liking her brother, I had told her parents, give responsibility of taking care of her brother and be around them to see whether she's doing the responsibility. And when she got that responsibility, she did it so well. They were in daycare. She was the one who was looking after, even though the daycare person was there, she was the one who was looking after her brother. She was seeing whether the brother is having food on time. She was seeing whether he's crying because, he was small and he is put in daycare, so whether he's uncomfortable. When responsibilities are given, when you give trust to the child does it. Arisha, I think I answered all the questions.
Yes. So, for everyone who is present here, this is a great opportunity for you to have a conversation with our psychologist, because we are ending the meeting in 1 or 2 minutes. So, if anyone wants to join, they can unmute their mics and camera now and have a talk for 1 minute, and then we can go.
Yeah, can I ask my question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Ma'am, I had asked a question about my daughter. and you had answered also. My daughter is a 11-year-old ADHD kid,
Yes.
and she's under medication for last 3 years, and in last 3 years she's under medication for anxiety as well as for aggression, but not for ADHD. Only
Okay.
recently for last 2 weeks only we have started giving her medicine for ADHD,
Okay.
and in her case, there were actually a lot of aggressive parenting in her early childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Very very frequent kind of very aggressive kind of parenting. All of that actually probably would have mattered, and there is a possibility for trauma as well.
Okay.
Uh, uh, the issues that we face, and over the years, we have all toned down, but that impact is still with her, and changing is not that easy. Changing everything is not
Yes.
that easy.
Yes.
The biggest problem, and like you said, she is actually very intelligent. She reads voraciously. She's hyper focused when it comes to reading and all of that, but she doesn't like to study anything, any subject, or she likes to go to school to meet her friends, but beyond that she's not interested, and we have even told about that to the teacher as well. But the oppositional defiance that she is showing, that is actually making things very difficult. Definitely there is a reason behind that, but in this context, what can be done? This ODD, she almost, this oppositional defiance is almost preventing her to do even daily routine,
Mm-hmm.
taking bath regularly, brushing her teeth. All of that requires a kind of forcing, and it reaches a level at which there will be clash.
Is she having counseling also with the medicines?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we have started that. We have started the counseling last month, almost every week, and the counselor, the therapist has asked. The Most of the counseling happens with only with her, and she told that in the next session she wants us to be there. So till now, she has built a rapport. I believe
Yeah,
she has
yeah.
not shared anything.
Yeah, so Rapu is built initially because
Mhm.
she is, as you said, ODD, that's the oppositional defiant disorder. Okay, so
Mhm.
she doesn't like authority to, go on telling things and all that stuff. So that
Mhm.
becomes rebellious. And as
Mhm.
you said, the trauma, so it is connected to the trauma. So she feels that if she raises her voice, then people will not, dominate her. So that,
Absolutely.
yeah, so
Absolutely.
that is becoming an obstacle. And as she's
Mhm.
going for counseling, I would suggest that, she's a very good reader. So, show her or give her books about these motivational successful people, because that will help her to calm her down, plus play those instrumental music, because all these things play an important role, because she's a
Mhm.
very good reader, she will understand better.
Ma'am, the issue is that she sings well as well. She
Okay.
sings Western songs very well. She even writes by herself.
Yeah.
But the issue is that giving books. If we tell her to read something, again that ODD
No,
comes
no,
into play.
you don't have to. You don't have to tell her. Just keep the
Mm.
books. You buy the books or what? Just,
Mm.
get it from the
Mm.
library.
Mm.
Keep the
Mm.
books, okay?
Mm.
And
Mm. Mm.
you don't tell her, but indirectly have
Mm.
conversations at home that, this
Okay.
story is so
Okay.
good and all. So
Okay.
indirectly she's hearing. ADHD children. One thing is, indirectly they listen to everything.
Mm.
You don't.
I understand.
Yeah, so that is their quality. Even if you're
Mm.
teaching and they
Mm.
are fidgeting with things, they are
Mm.
listening to
Mm.
you all the time. They are not that they are
Okay.
distracted, they know what is happening, so
Okay.
you need to indirectly tell, maybe to your wife or to your family members, that this story is so nice, I read it, I thought let's get it home and all that. So keep it over there and keep on talking about this, and on her own she will go and read the book.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Thanks. Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else?
Thank you, Dr. Pratika, for helping us become more aware of children's emotion and emotional needs and teaching us ways to manage them effectively. We hope you will provide many more useful workshops in the near future.
Yes.
Many thanks from all of us. We are grateful for the time you spent in the careful preparation of this insightful session and answering the question of all the participants very patiently and clearly. And thank you to all the participants for joining this session and supporting us. To book Dr. Pratika for your personal sessions, kindly visit our website. The link has been posted in the chat box. To get updates on the future events or workshop, make sure to follow us on all social media channels. Thank you everyone. I will be ending the session now. Have a great day.